Welcome to the Grand Design Series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 14th of July 1921, which is a couple of months on from the end of the last part, because I feel that we've now got to a point where I could probably start doing 2 videos a year, but there will still be periods when I will have to roll on a certain amount of time to catch up with the building load. And that is probably a good segue into saying a big thank you for your comments and feedback. You guys give me a lot to think about. And this is one of the dilemmas when you play in an early start. And by that, what I mean is that when you start in 1900, you've got very slow moving horse-drawn wagons and also with very limited carry capacity. So everything starts off very slow and, more importantly, more small scale and very compact, like we've got here. And then what happens, and of course it's linked to the vehicle replacement cycle, which is roughly every 20 odd years. And what happens is as the game moves forward, you get better vehicles. And what that means is, unlike when you start in 1960, where you build everything as the final solution, when you play an early start, you've actually got to be a little bit more flexible with respect to say, yes, I'm going to build this for the first 40, 50 years, but eventually that will be replaced by something else. And probably what we're going to be looking at in this part is probably a good example of that, because in this part, what we're going to do is start putting together the beginnings of our first national grid. Now, it's not going to be a national grid, and I'm kind of stretching the point a little bit, because as far as I know, the first kind of what you would call a national grid, although it wasn't a national grid, it was a localized power grid, kind of started to arrive in about 1930s. And more important, I think the first kind of organized distribution grid was actually in 1935 in the north of England, if I remember correctly. But don't quote me completely on that, because obviously I haven't checked every country in the world. But so what happened? So prior to about the 1930s, we would have had a power supply similar to what we've got here now, which is a localized generating station, localized windmills as well, and possibly small power generators. Then once we get to the 1930s, you start to get a kind of a more general distribution system, which, as I say, we're going to be working on here for reasons which I'll explain. And then, of course, once we get into the 1940s, 1950s, that's when you start to develop the big national power grids, which are now quite common in, certainly in the UK, America, most of Europe, and I suppose most countries in the world have some form of national supply grid. So that is something that we will be working on. Now, just to give you a bit of an update, this is working pretty well. And what I'm trying to do at the moment is fill this, keep this topped up with what's coming out of here. So at the moment, things are going. This field here is not really online at the moment, because I'm still trying to get this finished. In fact, I think we will jazz up the speed a little bit, because we're trying to get this built. Eventually, once this is finished, we'll have an underground footpath here, or tunnel is probably the better way of saying it. And that will bring this online, which will then mean that we will have 2 silos feeding into 1 silo. Eventually, once we start to get the vehicles, what we might do is push the overflow up to here, or build another silo here, because at the moment we've got crops into here. We think things are going okay. Now, another change that I'm doing at the moment, I just want to double check this, is that I am producing buses. We've got an excavator here, which I want to use somewhere. The reason I'm producing these buses is that we need to start upgrading our public transport fleet, simply because, especially over here, things aren't as good as they should be. What I am going to do is, I think it's here, let me just see. We've got this steam bulldozer. It's still in pretty good condition, so I think we'll push you to there. And then I want to bring you into here. I don't think this guy's actually doing very much at the moment. Yeah, at the moment they're just running on actual At the moment, things are just running on maintenance mode because I think we've now finished all the accommodation here. Yeah, we're on maintenance mode in this area. And it's probably going to stay on that like that for a couple of years. One, because I want the workforce into here so that we can actually get this going. Actually, there's one job left that we do need to do here, which is we need to put in a water supply. But I need to put in a water supply that's self-contained. Maybe we'll come back to that. Yeah, I've forgotten about the water supplies because we do have sewage disposal here now. What we do need is a water supply here, so that we then, what that will do is improve the overall efficiency, because at the moment they're saying they've got no drinking water. How are we doing for me? We've got loads of prefabs, but what I do really want to do is focus on up over here. I think we've got quite a lot of food and alcohol in here. I think maybe we can just push this up a little bit as well, get a bit more into here. I think I'd like to start building up a reserve of alcohol as well, so there's a contingency. How are we doing? Yeah, so this is now finished, so we have now got this online as well. So what that will do is fill up this area here. I will probably need a bit more efficiency in this area to try and get this full up as well. But this is another example of what I was saying about the fact is that with an early start, you've got to evolve what you're doing. Because at the moment this works because the distance is short, but in the long term it might have weaknesses which we may have to work on, improve over time. But that's the nature of the game, and there's no point pretending otherwise. So what we'll be doing eventually is possibly improving the storage, but then some of these buildings will also disappear over time as well, like this. I've got a London omnibus here. Kind of think I would like, if possible, what are you doing? Yes, sending workers to the scrapping facility. I don't feel I need anything in there. Where is this? Here. Okay, this is coming out to here. Oh yeah, we need more workers in the junkyard. Right, this is a line that's a good candidate for what I want to do. But I don't actually want to increase the number of buses. Well, see what we've got here. I think what we'll do is we're going to need to actually, getting ahead of myself here. You go to there. We'll come back and set that route up because this guy has to move to here so that we can set the route up. Actually, we could probably intercept him now, actually. I do need to improve this. We should be able to add him. Right. Where are you? So we just check the speeds of these. Yeah, you have 45 kilometers an hour. I think what we're going to do is pull you. Yeah, you've got a lot of wear and tear. So you're 19 years old yet. Time for you to be scrapped. And then we'll have 2 buses running along this line here. Our scrapyard. Oops, oh, you're just delivering, aren't you? Yeah. Our scrapyard here is actually slowly trundling through all those bits and pieces there. And so what we're going to be doing now is working on our power grid. Now, the only power supply we got here is here at the moment. It's not drawing large amounts of power. So what I want to do is we're going to put in a high station here, and I think we got our sewage disposal thingy here. So what I'm going to do is put you about there. I think we're just use a mud road there because the fire station is about there. We can't afford to let this burn down. And then what's my favorite? It's not that one, it's this one. I think we can put you just here because we can, that means we'll have the capability to put this one. I think I will use a gravel road here. Just kind of push it in. Actually, we'll put it that way. And we will hook this up with there. Now, obviously this has doesn't tell us, is it? This has only got a maximum output of 8.54 megawatts. So there's absolutely no point building a kind of power cable out of here of all these high voltage ones. So in fact, I think we're just going to do it with 8 megawatts. And I think I've kind of actually, I'm just wondering, let me just take a look at the underground options. 7 megawatts. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to go underground, because the problem is that if I can't get through here with an overground cable. So if I could, so there's building in the way. If I go down, it's not gonna. I think the problem is that it's the actual. I think if we come there, it doesn't want to play. So what we'll do is we'll run a power cable through under there. Because it might be a bit expensive. Let me just see. Maybe an overhead cable might be cheaper. No, I mean, no, that's pretty cheap actually. So what we've got is here. I just want to make sure. It looks like this is all one job, because of course I can't afford this to be broken. So what we've got here now, what we're going to be doing eventually is running another, when the power station is built over here, we will run a power line from the power station to here, which will then actually provide supplementary power which will flow back to here if should we lose the hydroelectric plant. Now I did consider the, where is it, I can never remember this option here, this high voltage switch. Now what this does is it's a priority switch, and one possible option is that this could be used to stop all the power being drained out of this area, but I can't see how I can be able to keep control of that. Now this is going to be a local power substation. Actually no, we could, no, this is only going to be a local power substation. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go down, I think we could probably go to about 6 megawatts actually. Or was that? Yeah, I think 6 megawatts should be okay, because all this is going to do is actually just supply the power to this town here. And I think 6 megawatts should be more than enough. I mean, if you think that this has only got a maximum output of 8 megawatts, and at the moment this whole town in this area here, or a big proportion of this town, is only drawing kind of 2.5 megawatts, so we'll be okay from that point of view. Now another change I've made since the end of the last part is I actually used the cut and paste option, or clone option. I'll just finish this off actually while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, what I did is I cloned the heating from the town up there in here. So what we've got here is we've got a warehouse for holding the wood, we've got wood cutting post, and we've got a heating plant here. Now if I kind of find the heating here. I did consider coal-fired heating, but I don't think it's that useful. So I didn't actually bother with that kind of level of heating. Anyway, I want to get back to what we're doing here. We have, you can see we've now removed the building that was here. So what I want to do, if you watch the previous part, you'll be aware that I was talking about putting in a prison. So we're going to try and drop and eventually this will take over from the prison that we've already got. So we're just going to drop the prison in there. And of course I just need to refresh my memory. We've got an indoor pool, secret police, got the store is there. No, this is a corner house, sorry. The store is over here. And we've got a pharmacy here. And we put in the cinema building, we got culture, and I think, didn't we put in a indoor pool? Yep. So what I want to do here is now is start planning. And oh, the other thing I've also done is I've actually put in the beginnings of our water supply here. So I planned that off camera. So we'll kind of get this sorted out here over time. Right, so what we need to do now is get in some actual buildings. Now this is a little bit of a difficult choice because I want to go to prefabs, but at the same time I'm kind of don't really want to go completely Soviet bloc style at the moment, because we're in this kind of transition period, but at the same time I want buildings with capacity. How about a New York annex? That might be a little bit over the top. Okay, welcome back. I've just been looking through the different options that I've got, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to kind of create a bit of an old town on this side. So we got this queue out building just here, and what we're going to do is put you there, and then we're going to put a row house kind of next to it like that. I'm going to put two of these row houses coming in towards like that, and something, just create a little bit of a historic area here. I just want to get rid of these footpaths, so we're not ready for the footpaths just at the moment. So we'll create a kind of a little bit of a historic area here, and then tuck in behind this. So this is going to be our, and I think over here we're going to put, what's the capacity on these? This has got 120 workers. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is put some modern looking blocks here, along here, like this. I think we can get 4 along here. What are you actually? Yeah, these are prefabs, so we're going to put 4 along like that there, and then create the kind of Soviet style. Again, it's kind of pushing the boundary a little bit, and we're off the edge here. So I think what we will do is, we can't really expand that way, so I think what we will do is here we'll put in a heat exchanger about there. I mean, it will, yeah, I think we'll be okay here. So we'll put a heat exchanger about there. Of course, we're going to have to go underground with a heat pipe and hook you up to there. So what we'll have is, we've got this area here. Now, obviously we need to fill in this town over time, and it's going to take a little while to build it all in. But one thing I do want to show you is the reason why I'm kind of coming this way, because what we need into this area is a fairly constant supply of workers. So what I'm going to do is we're actually going to use a cableway, and we're going to have to, if we put you out there like that, and then the idea is going to be is I'm going to put the reciprocal cableway about here, kind of push you back as far back as we can. And now comes the fun bit. I'm not the world's greatest fan of these things. But if we press E, we can get some height. We can put one there because that's opposite that road junction. The thing I don't like about this is what kind of always makes me a little bit nervous when I'm doing this in realistic mode is that when you drop it, the actual cables disappear. So we're going to put you there. We'll connect you to there, and obviously this needs to be connected to there. Except that. So what we're going to do is deliver the workforce to here via cableway. And then of course, whoops, we need to remove that. Remove these roads so we can actually do it. In fact, I think what we will do is that's gravel that road into there. And then the idea is the workforce, I think we should be able to reach, let me just do a quick check. The one I want to reach is this. This is the power station. Let's make sure. Yep, that's okay. In fact, we can leave that in actually. So we can upgrade this. I think these are going to have to be asphalt. Now, we need to get to that coal mine. Just make sure, yeah, we can, once this is built, we can come off here and get to the coal mine. I just want to do a quick spot check. I'm not exactly sure. Right, is that close enough to get to the coal mine? Yep, only 250 meters. And another thing I want to do, I was just kind of thinking about this. We've got a gravel production over there, but we're going to need a lot of gravel to build up here. So what I'm thinking about is actually putting in some gravel production over here, using this town. Plus there's also the potential of we can kind of loop the gravel production back, even if it's with trucks or something, we can get to here. Okay, that could, no, that would go, that can go this way. We've got to put this road in to hook that up, so we can also put that in. But we got this road here. Let me just see about an aggregate store. We don't need gravel processing. We actually need, where's the storage? I can never find the storage. We don't need 5,000. What I would like to do is put it that way around. Because of course you can put, I don't think a lot of people realize this, you can have a mixed pickup as long as you've got unique actual kind of storage. And then that gives us this road here. So we can come that way. And I'm going to put a road in up as far as there. Now what we have got up here is the potential for a gravel thingy, but I don't think it's not really going to be practical. I'm kind of, oh, that might be useful. So what I want to do here, well, at 95%, 93%, I'm not too worried. 90% would be quite nice. I think if we could get 90% here, which I'm just going to angle it a little bit. So we're just going to put in a gravel quarry here. Obviously this is, whoops, this is going to need to come down. Yeah, that's good enough. That means I can hook in that. We need to get all this road infrastructure built. I don't think we need the road up here. This was just me being a bit fanciful. We'll leave that bit there. And then we will remove that inflection. Oh no, there's a road there. I think that would be okay. So what we've got now is a gravel pickup point there. And then what we're going to need to do is get down off of here to some gravel storage over here. Again, I don't really want to go too big. No, don't like it. I think we can just use the in-game storage. Oh, that would be nice if I could get that across that road. That would be brilliant. This will get gravel into here. And then what I want here is a full-blown gravel processing yard. Now this will turn 120 tons of gravel into 82 tons. This has the potential, and this is per worker. So if you think we got 100 workers, now there is a bit of a technicality in the sense that you don't put workers into a quarry because you put bulldozers in here. But you can see this has got the potential of producing 350 tons of gravel per day. Now our gravel processing plant has a so really what we need to do is there is a, actually we've got that over there, haven't we? How much pollution does this create? 12.6. It's a little bit close. Ideally I would like that to be in range of that. I think, well, if I flip that way, put one there, and then if I kind of stagger you a little bit like that. Now what I do need to know is whether the road will come out of there. No, the road, oops. Okay, that's not going to work. I think what we'll do is we'll put the road in first. Double U back that way. I think we'll have to kind of tilt you a little bit like that. We know that will connect. And then what we will need is a conveyor. Fall back on my normal. That nearly connected. Right, I think we may need to adjust that one. So if I put you there, knock you down again for the umpteenth time. Gravel processing. Actually, if I flip that the other way. Actually, if I put you back a bit like that, say about there, remove you, we might be able to get a direct link over there like that. That's good. And then what I can do, so we got 2 gravel. That's a little bit close, but I think we'll be okay. because it's only 12.6, and I think we can get away with that at 500 meters. So if we can, that's about 340. So I think what we will do is remove these, and we'll push the work. Actually, we'll just remeasure that again here. Oops, cancel. So yeah, I think it's a bit close, but if we can always deal with that in its own way. I think I will remove this road here and let the, so that can be accepted. Actually, we'll just trim it back to there. And then what we're going to need to do then is, but we've got the gravel here, and for the moment as more as a placeholder than anything else, gravel processing is where, and I'm going to put, it's going to be a large aggregate store. We can put you, say, about there. This will hold 1,950 tons. We could probably push it to 2,000. Actually, that might be the tidier one. Actually, this is 2,500 tons. I do want it to turn this way. Actually, work a bit that way. Actually, if I do it that way and put you about there, and if we remove that section of road there, you can come there and then you can connect through to there. Now, one problem we will have is that if we want to build in a conveyor system to get back to here, we'll have to build quite an extensive conveyor system, but I'm not going to plan that just yet because I'm not 100% sure I want it, because the main push I want with the gravel is this way, which means eventually we will, well, I can always put it in. What I would like to do is have something like that coming off there. And what this would mean is that trucks building stuff out this way can pick up gravel from here. So we've got a whole massive building project here that needs to be done, which is going to get as a lot of work that definitely does need to be run. I'm aware. I mean, we've still got a little bit of time. So, wow. Right, we've got a lot of buses in here. What I'm going to do is we're going to send them all up to here, because this is the area where I want to replace the buses. So send them all up here. Got about 5 or 6 buses, so I think right, sorry, I'm just going to pause again, and because I do want to check now my wear and tear. Entire map. Let's have a look at the buildings. Yeah, this is showing that building wear and tear is good. Right, we've got, yeah, this is the reason why I wanted to send the buses up here, because our bus fleet out here is starting to show signs of wear and tear. Plus, it's a little bit slow. So if we can get this working faster, this will work a little bit better. The kind of the one area that is a bit of a cause for concern, which I do want to check, is the let's have a look at secret police vehicles. They're getting a little bit of wear and tear. Where's the historic hospital? See, this shows a bit of a contradiction here. And this is something that you do need to be aware about with vehicles, is that the ambulances are nearly 17 years old, but their wear and tear is still quite low. And the reason for that is that they don't generally cover that much mileage. And this is where mileage actually makes a difference with respect to your overall vehicles. And it's something that you do need to be a little bit aware of. What I do want to do is we're going to need some good quality excavators. Let me just see if I've got any excavators in here. We've got a good old steam bulldozer. We've got a bulldozer here, which I think I bought. Okay, let me just see what we got. Oops, workshop, show all. What have we got here we can make? We've got a steam bulldozer, which is already got dated. Really shouldn't have bought that. I think what I'm going to do is, for the moment, is we got that there. We've got a fuel tanker. I think we're okay for concrete mixers at the moment. The snowplow. I think maybe it's time to take a look at what we've got. Right, it looks like we've now got our first actual flatbed truck that can, but it can still only carry 3.8 tons of steel. Right, ambulances. I'm not worried about the ambulances at the moment. Bulldozers, actually. Cargo. Dry bulk tankers. Never going to really make enough of those. Dumpers. No. Oil tankers, personal cars. Actually, what about police cars? We've got a Stanley Steamer Police. Let's have a look at how well is our police station working. I think let's just have a look at a blueprint for police cars. That could be useful. What is the fastest police car we got at the moment? 75 kilometers an hour. The actual template is only 44,000. I'm actually liking this because obviously we're going to need to replace our police car fleet fairly quickly, but this would last for quite some time. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna make some police cars. Just get you there. We'll just start producing police cars as well. Right, we are on the 19th of September. This is nearly full. This is full. This is full. So, and these guys have got nowhere to go. So, what we're going to do is we don't want to waste the opportunity. So, 80%. Yep. You start pushing the crops out to there. Right, back to maintenance vehicles. Show the entire map. Go wear and tear. We've got a covered hole here that's... Oh, you're all in the... So we got the platform there. The next one down is it can be a little bit difficult to see. We've got a heavy steam hauler here, which is when was the last repaired? Yeah, you're coming up for repair at the moment, so we might be able to stretch you, because it says 11 months, 23 days. So that one we might be able to stretch a little bit. We've got quite a few now that are coming into here. I think we're okay for kind of vehicles at the moment. Although we're going to have to keep an eye on it. I just want to check missing wood. I do really need to improve this wood distribution, because it's not really working. Who is delivering wood here? Let me just see. I'm starting to feel that these actually need a dedicated wood distribution office, because at the moment this is not really kind of doing it. I think what we'll do is I don't need a big one. I think I need to specialize that wood distribution. So I think we can put what we can do is just use this, create a kind of parallel row of distribution offices. Now we can't get in any closer to there, but it'll be okay. So we'll put you on this side there, and put you there, and we'll get this guy working on that. And I think at the moment let's get these guys kind of providing support. I don't want to overload that, but we got to keep this guy who's just working on maintenance. Actually, how are we doing here? Because I'm trying to fill these houses up. Yeah, we've got there, so I don't think we've really got the growth here at the moment. Growth is very small. I think it's time to maybe give a little bit of an increase in birth injection again. We've got a building that's on fire. Oh, this could be... No, we're going to be okay. I think here comes... Oh, what you... Okay, we got this guy here. I think this fire station is going to need some TLC. You're 45, you're okay. You're too slow now, so you go there. I've got some spare fire engines up here. I think we just need that little bit of extra shove now. Aha. Okay, we got a guy breaking down here. We're gonna... Where are you? You're working for the ground crew. Okay, maybe it's time to update our ground crew. But we will let you drop off your boards first. Yeah, this guy's not hacking it anymore, so... Sorry, your time has come to an end. Yeah, breaking down is a cardinal sin in this new Soviet Republic. And if you break down... What on earth are you coming all the way from here from? What are you doing? Sorry, I'm going to reduce you to 1,500 meters. We've got a couple of cement mixers here. Oh, that's something... I thought I'd replaced all these. Okay. Concrete mixers. we'll get you making concrete mixers. And what we need over here is a, come in here, it was an open hole, wasn't it? Open hole capacity. So it looks like for the moment we don't really have a lot of choice here. What we're going to do is replace you with one of those. I'm not exactly sure why you don't have a dumper in here. Two cement trucks thing there and horse crane, and we got an excavator. This building needs a dumper. Oops. Again, total capacity. Let's bring in a heavy dumper there. We got the money for it as well. I just want to make this that guy a little bit more efficient. I know he's not doing a lot, but I think now's come the time that we need to think a little bit about putting in a water supply. We got workforce here. We got to run the water over there. So probably the thing we need to put in is actually the water treatment plant, because we want to run the water out there. Can't do it that way. I put it there. If I flip the road round, that'd be better. Trouble is, it's going to be, well, we can afford to run the risk of fire, because this isn't something. I mean, if we lose the water supply here, it's not the end of the world. So we can bring that road connection in there. We are going to need a water well. We're going to use the one that I've used before, which is this one. That's 90%. That's 91%. Again, I'm not too worried about the water treatment. Yeah, I think 90% is okay. Well, actually, we can put you about there. Of course, we're going to have to put a large pumping station, flip that round the other way. Actually, doesn't really make that much difference, does it? Put you about there. Underground. Oh, might have made a bit of a mistake here. Wait. No, it's okay. You can go to there, to there, to there. Except that. Now, I seriously doubt that we're going to get a full level of water coverage. No, we're going to have to, basically what we're going to have to do is duplicate what we did before. So we're going to have to put it there, put you there, and then I think we could probably bring this one in a little bit further. I mean, we could put some backwater supply into, no, I think we can push this one in a little bit further, like that. And again, I don't feel that we need to put in never find the footpaths on these connections. It's behind, so you need to flip it that way. And we'll put the water switch about there. And then it's going to be a fairly long run Um, that can go to there. You can go to there. And then you can... Okay, the building is giving problems. So let's make sure... Okay, we're going to accept that. And then what that will mean is that we can build in the water supply into here. Where's my... That's the road crew. Where's the ground crew? Here's the ground crew. Oops. Yeah. The guy working on that one. We will build the gravel paths here because the system will be a little bit exposed due to the low coverage. Put you there. I'm gonna get you working on that. And then what we'll do is, oh, wow, these guys aren't hanging around. Yeah. Then you can come to there. You can come out to there. You can come out to there. This will get connected and built as well. And what that will do is give a permanent water supply to this area, which should improve productivity. Now I'm aware that I'm running out of time now, so we've got food in here. We've got, yeah, this is now closed due to bad weather. That because we're now below things. We're still not really collecting these here, so we've got that there. One thing I do need to do is, I've forgotten all about. The research is, you can see here, is relatively unimportant now, because basically I'm kind of in terminal research now, just to show you the medical research we've just done, which is all we can do is flip backwards and forwards with birth control now. And then what we got here is television advertising. Just want to check something. You can see we haven't done decreased birth rate, which we'll have to do eventually to get the achievement. I just want to see. It says advertising Soviet countries. I think I've done these, but I can't remember because the game kind of... well, we'll leave that anyway. We're going to do tourism eventually, so it's not like it's the end of the world. Anyway, let me just get back to here. Now, these are closed due to bad weather. Now, the positive side of this is that we will now have some unemployment here. And actually... I should have kept a bus, shouldn't I? Oh, we have got a bus here. Okay. I've got a little bit of an idea for here. And the buses arrived over here. Yes, they have. Right, I need the main route out to... we're going to do a little bit of disruption, but there's not much I can... Is it this one? Or is it this one? I think I'd rather have... What's the top speed of you? You can carry 14 people at a top speed of 35 kilometers an hour. What is the top speed of these? This is at 45 and you can carry more people, right? Because what I want is more people out into this area here. Yeah, I've already got 3 operating on this route. What was the other route then? This one. Actually, this has got fairly good coverage, actually. From there to there. Let's just check the other route that I've got here. Yeah, this has got vintage buses on it. This is the route. This is the route I was thinking of. 1, 2, 3. And what we're going to do is I'm not going to scrap these at the moment because they've got reasonable, how can you put it? They've got reasonable wear and tear, but what I want to do is kind of replace these. Right. We'll just keep, actually, let me just see. What have we got in the way of buses in here? We'll nick you and send you to there. What this will do is put bigger capacity buses into these construction offices. I need to do the other ones as well. You can come there. Yeah, we need more worker capacity in the there as well. Still got a little horse and wagon thingy here, so that needs to be done. Yep, and what I want to do now is we're going to put there, you can load anyone, and what you're going to do is just take them to there. Load, unload. Load, unload. What I'm going to do is just open this up for everything except Taurus. The idea is that what I want to do is, because this area will grow up eventually, when nobody's got anything to do, what they can do is they can move round. Because if they can move to here, this is all in range of this area here. And so what that means is that any workers here who don't want any, if someone wants to get anything, it also gives a little bit of extra insurance from a food perspective as well. So that if there's a food shortage developed, these people can travel around backwards and forwards. Anyway, that's the idea. Because I say these are shut down. And eventually we'll go. One thing I have considered, just to finally wind up, one thing I have considered for some time, possibly in the long-term future, is maybe connecting these towns up with a metro system, but that's probably a little bit of wishful thinking. What I will do is we're going to come here, and I think it's time to build that last kind of 5-story apartment block there. Get that built. Right, looks like the ground crew is working on this area here. Things are coming together quite nicely. And this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.